Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. It's Friday again. These Fridays seem to come around very, very quickly. And as we know, on a Friday, we like to gather together some of the great work that's been going on in school this week. And I was talking to some children about what they like to see. And they've said that seeing other children's artwork in particular helps them to make, to feel happy. And they really enjoy seeing that. So I've brought a mixture of things today to share with you some of the lovely work that's been going on through school. And the first two things I want to share are actually things that children have brought to me to show me that they've done at home. And I think it's so great to celebrate what you've been doing, making, learning at home, either during lockdown or on your weekends. And the first thing I want to share with you is something that Frank in Year 4 has made at home. And Frank has made his own model of our solar system. And it's such a great model because each of the planets, you can see them all there. Here's the sun in the middle, and we've got the larger planets. We've got Jupiter and Saturn, and just there, look, can you see that beautiful green and blue planet? That's us, that's the Earth. And everything in Frank's model all moves, so you can see the orbits that each of the different planets take around the sun. And isn't it amazing to think that even right now, our planet is orbiting the sun. There we are on Earth, and there's all of the other planets. So well done, Frank. I really like the idea that you made this at home, perhaps with Mum or somebody to help you with the painting and putting together. Lovely to carry on your learning when you're at home. So thanks for sharing that with us, Frank. And the second one, which I've really enjoyed, this is from Luca in Year 4. And Luca, as well as being an all-round brilliant pupil, is also an author and an illustrator. And he has published now his very first book. And I believe, Luca, because we had a really good chat about this, that you wrote this during lockdown. And me and Luca were talking about writing books, and I've, it's one of my ambitions to write a book, but I always seem to write the first chapter of a book and then get fed up and never finish it. Not Luca. Luca started with his first chapter, and it's called Into Minecraft, which is based on one of his hobbies, and he has written and drawn all the way through it, all the way through. There's chapter 4. He's kept on going with his book all the way through until the very end, chapter 6, still as good as the very first chapter. And even when you get to the very end of Luca's book, he's even finished it off by showing the reader that if they've enjoyed this book, they need to look out for his next novel. And I've read this, Luca, and it is such good quality. Not only is the story fantastic, but also your grammar, your punctuation, your handwriting is absolutely outstanding all the way through that. I think you are a very talented author, and I look forward to the next instalment in your Minecraft. I don't know whether it's going to be a trilogy or a whole series. So congratulations, Luca. That is a real achievement that you'll remember forever, actually, your first book. I hope there will be many more. Okay, so let's have a cheer up Friday and have a look at some of the beautiful creative work you've been doing this week. And in Year 5, they've been doing a whole project on a visual artist and an architect called Hunter Wasser. And I've shown some of those pictures and prints before, but this week's task was to design your dream house. If you could have any house in the future, where would it be? What would it be like? How would it reflect your personality? And the first one, which didn't surprise me at all, is Seth in Year 5. And if you know anything about Seth, you'll know that he loves being outside. He loves looking after the animals on his farm. And he's very, very good at it, actually. He knows a great deal about sheep and ducks and geese and all sorts of things. And Seth's chosen to create his dream house in the middle of nowhere. And look there, it looks like a little small holding. He's got fields for his sheep. He's drawn his very own very sweet cottage. So we really enjoyed looking at that. It says in the middle of nowhere, there'll be a field, there'll be hens, and I think there'll be sheep. So I am absolutely sure, Seth, that will be the case for you, and that you will end up living somewhere as beautiful as you have drawn. So thanks for sharing that with us. And then a totally different house design. This one is Finley. And Finley, oh, it's a boy after my own heart here, has designed his dream house is a tree house. Now, I once had a very special holiday when I stayed in a tree house, and it is a very special and different type of a place to stay. So I can see Finley's got, looks like a ladder up to his tree house. I think that would be a super duper place to live. Maybe you might have to build that yourself, Finley, because I'm not sure those they exist. But I really love your detailed labelling as well. From the couch that you've got there, we've got a double story tree house there, and even down on the bottom somewhere for your car, a little garage at the bottom. That's lovely. Well done, Finley. And then the last one from this year group is Isla, and Isla's gone into real detail. Seems to have a bit of a princess theme with a crown above the threshold there over the door. What I really liked about Isla's is that she's also done some fabulous plan drawings, like a bird's eye view of the layout of each story, each floor of her house. And it looks like a very sweet house to live in. Yeah, I hope that comes true for you, Isla, and that you do get to live in a house like that. So well done, year 5. And then we're going to year 1, and it's actually computing work I'm going to share, but it happens to be quite visual as well. And year 1 have been learning to use a package called Sketchpad, and they've been learning to, it's the first time really they've been in the computing suite, to change colours, add their name, add images to pictures and resize images. Really quite difficult. In fact, I was speaking to Mrs. Ledger this week, and she said, goodness me, we really do have higher expectations this year. This is something I'd normally teach in year 3, and now our brilliant, clever year 1s are getting up to it much earlier than usual. And so I'll show you. So what the task was, they had to create a picture on Sketchpad on the computers to go with the story of the 3 little pigs, which I'm sure we all know really well. So here is Phoebe's. Oh, Phoebe, this is brill. Have a look at that. So Phoebe has had to create a background. I can see some fields and mountains there, and the sun in the sky and the clouds. And then she's had to add all these images of the wolf and the pig. And I think, Phoebe, you'll have to tell me if I'm right, that these are stepping stones. And this is probably the house of straw there. But I know, even though it looks simple, how difficult and tricky it was to put all these things on and to resize them so they were exactly as you wanted them. So well done, Phoebe. And then the other example I've got is Daisy's. So you can see that first of all, Daisy went from learning how to add shapes and her name and create a background on Sketchpad. And she's now become so advanced that she can create a whole drawing. And again, I can see stepping stones and the wolf, the pig and the house of straw. So well done, year 1. That was really challenging computing work this week. And you were fantastic. And your teacher, Daisy, has said, Daisy, you were also able to add on clip art, resize it and add your text. Well done, with a smiley face. Well done, year 1. Okay, we're going to year 6 now, and year 6 have been doing all sorts of work. But this week they concentrated on creating tiles from which they could print. We've seen some printing before in our assemblies. And then they had to rotate their tiles to create a pattern. So the first one I'm going to show you, it's just so beautiful. They just used one colour ink. This is Joseph's. Well, these are Joseph's prints. So have a look at the detail that Joseph put into his tile before he rolled out the ink and then printed his beautiful pattern. Well done, Joseph. They are beautiful. Really caught my eye, did those ones. And then the next one is Olivia. And Olivia similarly has done some detail prints, and she's put them together. She's rotated them. Can you see that? To create a beautiful symmetrical pattern as well. And I love how the different shades of ink show up on Olivia's. And these are going to go on our art display, which is just outside my office. Absolutely superb creative work there from Olivia. And then the final little bit to share with you today is from year 4, whose class I walked into, and I could see they were all, it was very peaceful. and there was music on, and I wondered what was going on because the children all looked totally absorbed. And then I realised that they were drawing and they were having a still life art lesson, and there was a great big vase of flowers at the front of the classroom, and they were all really trying to use their observational skills to do some great drawing. So I've got two to share with you. And the first one is really lovely. Erin Lily. And in Erin Lily's family, there's a really strong creative gift that tends to pass through Erin Lily's family, and she's definitely got it. The gift of being able to draw. There's Erin Lily's beautiful vase of flowers. Really great. It's not easy, that. It's not easy drawing a transparent vase with flowers in there. And then a very detailed, sweet drawing from Florence. I'll just put that one up there. And what Florence has done that's really impressed me is she hasn't just drawn what she thinks flowers look like. She's really tried to capture the shapes of the flowers that were in front of her. So super observational drawing from Florence and Year 4. Okay, so that brings me to the end of my assembly this week. Just leaves me time to say have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy your families, whatever you are getting up to this weekend. Keep yourself safe, keep yourselves warm. I think it's going to be a bit blustery again this weekend. It's often like that in autumn, isn't it? Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday. So have a great weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Bye for now.